be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, so that you may be able to test and approve what the will of God is, His good, His pleasing, and His perfect will. Yeah. That was probably the first verse that us girls ever learned in our life, but God showed us something. He said, girls, it's not enough to just know that verse. He said, I want you to live your life by that verse. I want you to dedicate your life to living by the verse, Romans 12:2. And of course, right after that, we're like, oh, sure, God. We're pastors' kids. Of course we'll do. Of course we'll do that. But guys, let me tell you something. That verse has radically changed our life. Because it has showed us that we can't just do everything the way that this world is doing it. We can't just live the way that this world expects us to live, because God has something so much greater for us in our life. Guys, you were made to change this world. You were made to impact history. Some way, shape, or form. You were made to change this world, so let's start doing it. Let's stop sitting around. Let's stop sitting around wanting everybody to like us, so we try to fit in every single clique that there is. Because we want to be in and we want to be popular. Guys, God is saying, break out of the normal, break out of the mold, and do what I'm calling you to do in your life. Because you know what? God is speaking to you today. He is speaking to you. All you have to do is listen to His voice. And let me tell you guys something. When we start living the way that God is calling us to live, people aren't going to get us. They're not going to understand it, because it's something so different than it's ever been done before. But who wants to live the same life that everybody else is living? Guys, it's time to be different. The only way to make a difference is to be different. So let's start doing it. One of the things that we believe that God has called us girls to do in our life, one of the things that is not conforming to this world, is we believe that God has called us girls to live a life of purity. Amen. And God showed us, girls, He said, girls, it's not just taking like a step in the general direction of purity. He said, I want you to live a life of purity. And you know what that meant for us? It means that we can't just watch all the movies that are out there. That we can't just listen to all the music. That we can't just read all the magazines. Girls, we actually had to question the way this world tells us that we are supposed to dress as women. Because God showed us, He said, girls, this world tells you you're nothing unless you're a certain size, unless you look a certain way, and you have to turn this many heads. And in order to do that, you have to wear these itty bitty little articles of clothing. And I don't even know how they sell them full price, because it's like a piece of fabric. Come on, girls. Girls, you are worth more than that. You are worth more than that. Guys, find out what God thinks about you, and when we find out what God thinks about us, we won't have to be getting attention from other people like that, because we know who we are. It's not in our size, it's not in how we look. And I'm not saying that you can't dress up and look nice, because that's nice too. But it's when we put so much value in it that that's all that we are. And girls, that's not all that you are. You are something so much more than that. And guys, I'm not leaving you out. It's your turn. This whole purity thing just isn't for the girls. Guys, I challenge you today. I challenge you to look away from the impure things that you see every single day of your life because of the media that's out there. And guys, I know it's hard because it's everywhere. But I encourage you to look away from the things that you should not be seeing, because there is nothing more incredible for a girl to see than when a guy looks away from something that he should not be seeing. Because not only are you respecting yourself, you're respecting the girl as well. So guys, I encourage you to do that. And another thing that's kind of out there is God called us girls not to date in our life. And that was out there. We're like, God, are you kidding me? You're really saying that we aren't supposed to date in our life? And God said, that's right. Because my people are supposed to be living differently than the rest of this world. So guys, God showed me, He said, I want your heart. He said, this world is calling for your heart a lot louder. But God is saying, no, I want your heart. I want to hold your heart. I want to protect your heart. Because you know what, guys? The only thing that dating does, the only thing that we do in that is we give our heart away to a bunch of different people that were never supposed to have our heart in the first place. And all that happens in the end is our heart gets broken. Guys, hearts were never made to be broken. If they were supposed to be broken, God would have given them to us broken in the first place. cares? You're worth it to look away. You're worth it. Don't think that you're not. Who cares what your friends are saying? Who cares if your friends are condemning you because nobody else is doing it? You're a nerd. Why don't you date? Why are you doing that, girl? Why are you dressing modestly? You know what? Who cares what other people think about you? It's time that we stop living our life according to what everybody else thinks about us. Guys, you were made for something great. I don't care how young you are. I don't care how old you are. You were made for something great. Don't miss it. Don't live your life. Don't get to the end of your life and realize that you missed it. Grab onto it now. Because when you do, you're going to change this world and you're going to impact everybody else around you because they're going to notice that you're different. And then the world will remember us as the generation that didn't care what anybody else thought. All we did was we lived wholeheartedly to pursue our God. And that's what life is all about. This next song is called Average Girl. And it's not just for the girls, it's for the guys. And it's about our stand and why we've chosen not to date in our life. And you know what? I think we need their help on this next song. You guys can do me a huge favor. You guys can take out your cell phones and put them up in the air for me, please. Yes. Every cell phone up in the air. Can you guys make it glow? Nice. And you guys sway them back and forth. Good. These are your modern day non-biohazard lighters. So when I come over to the keyboard and I break it down, that's when the cell phones go up in the air and you guys create the mood. Oh, we have to sing now. For those of you that have cell phones, please your hands up.